Welcome back, everybody. My name is Noe. You're watching Robin's Sawmill and Outdoors. You have been watching my videos, you have been watching other people's videos, sawmilling, and you think it is time to get my own sawmill. But before you do that, let me share 5 things that I think are very important to know or to have or to do before you buy your first sawmill. So stick around and I will share 5 items, 5 things that you should have or you should do. Number 1, which is pretty important, is you got to have land. Do you have a property to put your sawmill on, to put your offcuts on, to store your lumber, put your sawdust, drive around, stack your lumber? Do you have a place to store everything you need? So I've got 15 acres, pretty much rolling hills, but I have the location here where I am sawing. I have probably 2 acres or so that I'm using as my business slash hobby, and I've got the property and I've got the land for everything that I need. Number 2 thing that you should consider before buying a sawmill, now that you have property and you know that you want a sawmill, is where are you going to get the logs? Deal with me, or bear with me I should say. I'm trying to do a little cleanup and talk at the same time, and I've got another project going on. Where are you going to get the logs? Do you have logs on your property? Or are you going to get logs from a supplier? Are you going to be able to buy logs? You have to have logs. You can't have a sawmill without logs. I mean, how are you going to cut lumber when you don't have the trees or logs to cut the lumber with? So that's number 2. You got to have land, which is number 1, and you got to have access to logs. 12-foot log, it is 12 inches in diameter. And now that we've established that you have the land for your whole operation, and you've got access to the logs, that's number 2. So you can buy them or you can get them off your property. I get my logs off the property. Number 3 thing that you have to have or you want to consider is how are you going to load the logs on the sawmill? Now, granted, if you get a like a fully hydraulic mill that has the loading arms, that's great. That's fantastic. I wish I could afford one, but you still have to get logs to it. How are you going to do that? So I have a tractor. I started off with a small tractor, a John Deere 1025R, and I bought a grapple for it and I had forks for it. And now I've upgraded to a 3039R. But how are you going to do it? I've seen people do it with a skid steer. I've seen people do it with loaders. You might have all kinds of equipment. You might have an excavator, which is great. Or you might just have a 4-wheeler or even a lawnmower so you can skid logs over and use a winch and ramps. You got to have the way or a will to load the logs on the sawmill. If you can't load the logs on the sawmill, you can't saw. So that's number 3. You've got land, just to recap, you got land, you got logs, and now you have a way to load your sawmill. So number 4 is the sawmill itself. There are hundreds, I'm sure there are hundreds of manufacturers of sawmills. They range from $1,500 all the way up to $150, $250, $300, $500,000. But for a hobby sawmill, it depends on what you want. It's not a secret that my Woodland Mills sawmill is 3 years old and I paid $4,600 for it. And it does not have wheels for it or the trailer package, so I kind of wish I had a trailer package for it. So now when I'm looking to an upgrade or for an upgrade, I want to make sure that I have a trailer package. I want to make sure I have digital readout, preferably electric start. Well, electric start might as well, and then power head up and down. So figure out what you want. So now you figure out what sawmill you want to buy. Well, do you have other tools such as chainsaws, sharpeners, tape measures, you name it. Running a sawmill requires tools, it requires maintenance. Do you know how to change your oil? If not, I mean, there are hundreds of people, I bet you, in your area, if not thousands, who would be more than happy to come to your place and change the oil in your sawmill or tighten a bolt or two. But you got to be able to do this yourself. And on top of that, you obviously have to have other tools for the job. You got your can hooks. Well, if you have a sawmill and you know what tools, drop it in a comment, because I'm new to this. I'm no expert. And for all I know, I'm telling you wrong. I'm just sharing my experience and what I think is a good thing to practice. And really, that's about it. For number 4, I mean, you gotta have tools. And number 5 is probably the biggest of them all. If it's not, it is probably the most important one there is, and that is, are you able to actually operate a sawmill? You got to be physically fit, you got to be able to sweat, willing to sweat, get dust in your face, in your eyes, sneeze all the time, be hot. I mean, here I am, it's actually cloudy, but it is so humid. It's not even 80 degrees and I'm sweating like I don't know, I'm sweating quite a bit. You can tell I'm pretty dirty. And this is what I'm doing today. After I come up with this list, I've started to think that I wish I would have known or paid attention to other sawyers when they're talking about, you know, make sure you have this. I kind of winged it. But today, I'm building something that I need for this mill, but that would be on the next video. But I just wanted to share with you guys my opinion. It could be wrong. If you think it's wrong, I don't care. Drop it in a comment. You're not going to hurt my feelings. I'm new to this. I'm a beginner. And I only saw on weekends, and it's a weekend, so here I am working. But I just wanted to share what, in my opinion, 5 things you should consider before buying your first sawmill and start cutting. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching. If you find this video helpful, please hit that subscribe button, hit that bell for notifications, pass the video along to others, and I will see you on the next video.